you're talking about
So I'm in a McDonald's drive-through and I'm minding my own business. I'm ordering something to eat because I have no time because of this stupid show, Epic Coffee Time. And I get to the window and
I couldn't have had a perfect person either.
oh, I know. There's a car in front of me and I'm not thinking anything of it. So I get to the window and the woman hands me my drink and she's looking at me real funny like, and I'm waiting for the Santa Claus remark and she's like, the guy in the car in front of you told me to tell you something. And I'm like, yeah? And she says, and she's looking really funny, like something really bad's gonna happen
she
if
just
she tells me.
pooped her pants or something.
Like she shit her drawers.
I know that look. I got it right now.
Right, that's the look. And she said, he wanted me to tell you you have a dirty beard. And I busted out laughing. And then I figured out who's in the car in front of me. But I'm like, look, you don't have anything to worry about. You're not going to get fired. That's hilarious. You made my day. And are we on?
I think so.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey, so anyway, epic coffee time.
Hey,
Well, the funny thing was, I was watching my rearview mirror. I was trying to flip you off like this, watching, and she opened the window real quietly, and she was laughing, and that's when I realized she was there. So I knew she'd be a participant.
What's different today?
But did you pay for his coffee though?
No, I did not because I didn't know it was him. So I got to the window.
You hear all these stories about the person in front of you paying for shit.
You know how?
And my own best buddy, he doesn't even spring for the Coke and the burgers.
You a compliment.
You know how McDonald's is. You can't pay anything at the second window. They can't even touch cash there. We were already at the second window.
That's not what she said.
We were already at the second window by the
Oh,
time.
that's bullshit. Because they shut down the first window at some point at night. They can touch the cash.
I think they have to walk back there.
So, you ever worked at McDonald's?
No.
You ever worked in fast food?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have. So you know how little exercise you get sometimes.
A lot.
I love my fast food workers. I really do.
Only if they're union.
They better be union soon. I could have used the union.
So we're in a smokers union.
That's what's different.
We just started that.
Oh, yeah.
We're on a Dick Cavett show.
About tonight. We kind of flash back to the 70s.
Yeah, everybody in the audience, raise your hand if you know who Dick Cavett is. Exactly.
No, ask them if they know who Dick Toomey is.
Even the camera person's blinking.
Probably only a few of them. But
oh, Dick Toomey. So this is how slow I am. First, it took me forever to get the words Dick Toomey. I had to say them out loud. Then, until last week, I didn't realize that you guys are blasting my book.
Yes, how did you miss that?
Because I'm slow. I'm like, you said something, I was
Go
like,
back a few episodes.
You could hear the gears going, oh, we found each other. Let's start turning.
He doesn't pay attention to the show either.
Hell no. I got better things to do than watch this show.
Well, I'll give him homework. Oh, shit.
I think that
figure out this Dick Toomey thing.
The book's coming, I promise you. Soon.
So we're going to help him write it tonight at some point.
I'm hoping.
So
I think, you know what, we'll put this out, we'll find out how many people watch this show live and later on YouTube, but let's do some sort of contest for a better title than Dichotomy. And if you're scratching your head going, I don't know what that means, then give me a better title. It's a female werewolf who's wrestling with the different sides of her nature.
Not the word dichotomy.
Dichotomy, okay. There's a reason I picked that title, but it's not.
That's not what it means.
In the book.
Yeah, it almost sounded. It almost sounded like he was going. If you don't know what dichotomy means, it's a female werewolf.
No. I was giving you a synopsis.
I
dichotomy.
monsters say that. What the?
Dichotomy is a divided nature. Well, di means two. Otomy means split into two.
So you got two dicks.
Okay, yeah. The first time we came across the title, there was a bar in St. Louis called Dichotomies, and the guy was going, they must be, okay, I know what it is. Get this dichotomy. Dichotomy.
And we kept talking about that show.
But that was like 20 years ago. And all day long, the guy's going, dichotomy. And then you guys come up with Dick Toomey, so we need a new title. That's what the book's about.
How about just mental illness? I mean,
that's the autobiography.
People would pick that up.
Really? Do I have to play my own crickets here?
How about how I conquered mental illness? People would
Conquered?
buy that book. Yeah, people would buy it. It would have
Okay.
nothing to do with.
Here's the new book, How I Conquered Mental Illness. It's by me, and every page except the dedication page is blank. 15.95 at your local bookstore. I guess I do have to
Crickets, please.
play my own crickets here.
You don't get out of that one.
So, what we were talking about tonight is we need to do this show maybe a little differently. Really? It's a public street. A lot of the funny stuff happens
And like a
before and after
three-year-old
the
on the
show,
back.
and we don't get that to you somehow. So we decided we just try to bring some of that spontaneity back. And
Because we
anyway,
talk about stuff. I mean, tell everybody
You know,
about how
we have lost
through
that.
the power of prayer.
Yeah, we've lost that love and feeling, Dave. Is kind of what's happening.
I've lost that
Never
love.
close your
Okay, yeah, that there we go.
Yeah, he's wanting to segue into the coffee okie thing, but we'll get to that later.
Coffee Okies coming up, but okay, you want to? There we go.
Holy
There we
crap!
go.
That couldn't be more well timed.
Almost sound like it was out of the plant there.
Look, it's got to be strange looking at yourself, a miniature you statue there.
And his beard's dirty.
It is very dirty.
I mean, all the
Thank
things
you.
he could say to your friend. I guess you wanted something she'd actually say to me.
Well,
Yeah, like
it was-
that's an easy one.
it was just fast.
It's like, okay, I got all these insults I can dish out, and I come up with, you have a dirty beard.
Well, because we do the segment, What's in Dave's Beard?
And you're wearing a size shirt.
I'll have you know.
I didn't know, though. I couldn't see that.
Just the other day, I got to play Santa Claus for the first time, and you know Booten.
Yeah.
He has me go by his
Yeah.
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 He's got
Still
some
around?
kids that live in front of his house across the street.
He's wanting them to behave.
Oh yeah, so he's got me driving over there, and we did run into some neighborhood kids, and a couple of them believed it. And here I am in a red truck with the beard, and it's. I didn't put this on my bucket list, but I would have if I knew how it felt. So
To scare kids?
Yeah.
To being good? All right, you kids.
I did it at your daughter's school a little bit, and it worked.
Yeah.
It worked. Those kids, especially kindergarten, first grade, they want to keep Santa happy, especially if they don't know why he's at school.
We have a speaking.
Power of
It
prayer.
was kind of odd.
Anyway,
Oh, anyways, yeah, because you had good
Hey,
news this week.
we didn't get into
Yeah.
we were talking about the tumor shrink.
tumor, yeah,
they,
and now it.
Your
it-
penis is the same size, but the tumor's gotten smaller.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
At least that's what I tell myself. And I don't know that it was the tumor puffs
your
that we
hands have
had.
gotten bigger.
What tumor are they? What
Okay.
tumor are they talking about whenever they're really concerned about a tumor?
I have a
So you
huge, okay, Dave Black Cancer 101. I have a huge tumor in my left lung, and it has spread all over the place, mostly bone locations. And it sounds better when you raise your hands like that.
Yeah. Or
And
when you
Ain't
say
nobody
bone.
got time for that.
Bones?
Yeah.
Well, not that bone.
Oh.
Anyway, okay, that was crickets. I missed it. So I went through chemo, went through radiation for the bone locations, and it shrank. But I mean, when it first hit, it was, well, that's how I found out what was wrong with me. I'm coughing up crap. And when I say crap, I mean blood. Are you eating dinner right now?
Yeah. You don't mind if we smoke, do you?
No, go right ahead. Have another one. As
Wasn't there a
matter of
movie
fact.
about that with William Hurt and he was coughing and he coughed up some blood and he found out he had cancer?
Maybe.
I think so.
Must have missed
So it
it.
was just like that.
Yeah, it was just like that. It was. It was more like. It wasn't quite like Shameless,
Right.
where he just all over the ice. Shameless, Showtime.
All right, it's
Coming back in January. So
It's a family
went
show.
through all this, and they said there wasn't any more they could do. That was all the chemo, and they put me on this pill. Well, apparently this pill is working, and what the bad news is, it doesn't work for everybody. You have to have some weird marker in your blood, which I was lucky enough to have, and the tumor's still shrinking.
But you're probably going to have triplets or quadruplets or something.
I'm hoping for quadruplets.
Uh, because
Obviously, the pill doesn't shrink everything.
when you take those pills, you have more than one kid that comes out of that. Maybe it's the wrong pill.
There we go.
Were we talking about a tumor?
We're talking about a tumor. But to make a long story even longer, this week I got a really good report from the doctor. He's like, keep taking the pills, they're working, the tumor keeps shrinking. And we were discussing about, is it really the pills or is it the power of prayer? And
Which I only said to try to rile him up a little bit, and it worked because then we had a nice little conversation. Realized that we're better off the camera than on.
yeah, and of course now it's floundering because we're on camera. But
There's a camera.
yeah. Anyway,
So we're trying to tell people that we have better conversations.
well, I don't want to make
off
this a
camera.
Dave show, so let me
Yeah,
wrap
yeah.
this
Right,
up
right,
real
right,
quick.
right.
This is epic coffee time, not Dave Black Unleashed. Um, so the whole thing with prayer is, and this is
We
what
should
pisses
change
me
it to
off.
tumor humor time.
Is it
That would be a misnomer too.
is it the
'Cause
people
both of those are
praying
shrinking?
that shrunk his tumor? Was the doctor wrong, and the tumor was just a fatty deposit that he's starting to burn off by exercising? Or is it this miracle drug that costs $7,000 a month that's shrinking the tumor that only Dave can take and not everybody can
Could have been a hamburger.
take, or some
Stuck
people
in.
can take it?
Starting eating meat again. That's it.
Yep.
But here's the thing I'll accept. Okay, here's your loophole, all you militant Christians. Okay, God gave us brains to use. We use these brains to study medicine. One of those brains came up with this drug. Therefore, God is removing my tumor. Okay, I'll buy that if you insist, because I'm a firm believer in medicine, a firm believer in science. And here's where I get pissed off. People say, "Oh, well, our prayers are working because your tumor's shrinking." But if it was going the other way, then it's, oh, well, God works in mysterious ways. And it's kind of like, no matter what it is, whether it's a plane wreck, whether it's starving children, whether it's war, you can't pay your bills 1 month, it's a no-fault God. He either takes credit for it or he's working in mysterious ways that we can't see yet. Now, if I sound really atheistic here, I'm not. I just think that credit goes where credit's due.
I think you got to go back to Bill Clinton on that and say it all depends on what is.
Yes, and what is crickets. But seriously, I mean, I don't think all this stuff happened by accident. But I really don't think that people praying
Is my
in
foot bug spraying
churches.
the coffee?
I've already lost them. We need to move on to another segment.
What? Were you still talking, Dave?
Bill Clinton did what?
Yes, he did. And who, how, when, and where when he was done.
Have a cigar.
Might as well.
So what else did we have? We had something else going on. The big feature on the show, but we've already wasted 35 minutes talking about your tumor. And
I was trying to reproduce, which it didn't go very well, what was happening before the show. I mean, when you tuned in, that was funny. Now it's,
oh, we freeze up.
yeah, we freeze up.
Our buttholes pucker like you wouldn't believe.
How did you know about that?
Um,
Okay. Did Dick
Personal
tell you?
experience.
I think all I meant to be devil's advocate was that you cannot disprove that people praying for you didn't shrink your tumor.
No, I can't. But my, okay, if
Right.
God is so all powerful and involved,
prove or
what the
disprove
hell,
what's going
man?
Right.
What the hell?
I get it.
And why me? I'm the least of his problems, right?
What, to shrink your tumor and not somebody
Yeah.
else's?
Why is he not saving all the starving children or stopping
Well,
rape from happening or saving planes as they fall out of the air? Why is he worried about my tumor?
but what if you're just example of what can happen for somebody else, and therefore give them hope?
In spite of themselves.
If that's what you want to believe, if that's your teddy bear at night, you hug that teddy bear, okay? Because here's what does work. The mind is much more powerful than we realize. Now, in fact, we could go there. Maybe it's just my positive attitude, believing that I can get well.
Could be.
Okay, if you believe that prayer works enough, your mind can affect
Well,
things
how many
around you.
months
It's
have you
been
taken?
proven.
How many months have you taken the drug? 3?
3 maybe,
So
maybe
maybe
4.
so maybe it's just $28,000 that works too. Because
Yeah, money always works.
there's
For
also
me,
that,
anyway.
which is backwards from what we're talking about. But why should $28,000 afford the chance to someone to shrink a tumor? But there's people that maybe are eligible for have the marker just like you, but can't get it because they can't jump through the right loophole at the right time
Well, yeah.
to get the drug to themselves, and that's bullshit too.
It is
Whether you
bullshit.
believe in prayer or not, you know?
And that's where we are in this
I think
country. We're one of the
it was
rich.
just the irony
Are
of
we
all
the
that
richest
situation.
country in the world? We are, aren't we?
Barely. I don't think our
We got to be.
dollar's worth.
If we're not, we got to be close. And then we have all this suffering going on. We have all this unresolved, all these unresolved health issues from people who otherwise should be.
Little bastard. Epic fly
That is
coffee
gonna
time.
that's gonna taste nasty.
It's extra protein.
Yeah, screw that. I don't want to get
God.
malaria. I might have to
Nobody
pay
ever listens to the
$7,000
fish.
for.
Okay, well, can I be honest here?
Yes.
If I was paying $7,000 for this drug, I'd be dead already.
Right. No, you wouldn't. It wasn't pancreas. It was lung. So you had
Okay, well, I
you
wouldn't
had
be
till
doing
at
that
least
well.
Christmas.
I managed to get through one of the loopholes, but then the thing is, what about the people who keep?
You just might be able to get to Valentine's Day now instead of Christmas.
That's what I'm shooting for.
Well,
Birthday number 44.
Better go before then. You can owe somebody a present.
Oh yeah. By the way, speaking of that, no refunds. If you donated, I'm sorry. I'm still alive. I hate to disappoint you. The diagnosis hasn't changed, so you just might have to move your betting date up a little. That's
when
all.
does it go from stage 4 to like stage 3 or something? Does it go backwards or does it only go up?
I don't think if it goes backwards, I'd be surprised.
So
Well,
no, it doesn't go
how can
backwards.
they
They
do
just call
that?
it remission.
Yeah. Remission. Right. Right.
And
So
what
you
I
gotta
was told
start-
originally is remission wasn't something I could hang my hat on.
Right.
Right.
But
So the PEDs,
Huh.
as well as the
what's
medicine
PED?
that you're taking,
I'm
are
lost.
working.
What's
You can
PED?
start riding your bike again.
Yeah.
You did start riding your bike.
Yeah,
as
just
matter
a
of fact.
very short trip.
Oh, physical activity.
I've
What's
been a
the
little
D,
bit of a
though?
wuss with the heat lately,
Huh?
so I haven't gotten back.
No, it's performance enhancing drugs.
Got
Is
it.
what
PEDs,
PEDs.
right? Isn't
So-
that's what this is right here? Is
Caffeine.
PED. Mine doesn't have a fly in it. I'm feeling left
Well,
out.
So
a fly landed on your cup.
So you
For
started
some
riding the
reason-
bike. When are you going to put the seat back on it? Is that a couple weeks?
People use seats. I
It
was
gets you
having
going
a
a little
good old
faster.
time with that.
You know, really, we growing up, and this is maybe I
need some
ought to save
coffee,
this
sir.
for story time, but I
I
got
see.
you story for
This is how bad
yeah,
the show's
hey,
gotten.
you know what? While you're up, could you please? You all
Whoops.
right?
Oh, I'm just fine. I'm
The,
hitting the wrong button here.
Man, we are going to get nailed for copyright infringement on that.
I don't think there was enough of it to qualify, but let's
Okay,
not
all
draw
right.
attention to it.
And
Did you learn nothing in
don't want to
radio
screw
class?
with Disney anymore.
Yeah.
Then we have to. Though we will, if need be. That's for sure. So I was talking about something. You're riding a bike without a seat.
I think we were getting ready to move on to another segment.
Oh,
is
we
what
were talking about
getting.
story time, and I was
Story
going to talk about all the shitty bikes we owned over the years, and because my parents would buy us good bikes, and then the neighbor kids would rip them off.
I saw your bike. I saw one of your bikes. It's over by the Wood River Museum. Have you seen it?
Is it? No, I haven't
Yeah.
seen it.
It's one of Dan's bikes is at the Wood River Museum on display. You don't even have to go inside to see it.
It's on the outside.
Yeah, it's on the outside.
Really?
You really don't know?
No. Is it the John Deere bike?
I don't want to ruin the surprise for everybody, so go to the Wood River Museum.
And if you just get a map, Google it, because even if you live in Wood River,
You wouldn't know where it was.
It's at.
That's right.
You don't go to that end of town.
It's at the ass end of Ferguson, I can tell you that.
Actually, when the bus drops you off there at the station, just walk a little
across
bit
the parking
north
lot
there, and you'll see it. So yeah, I can't believe that. I can't believe more of my stuff's not there, but
It might be.
I can't believe the bike.
I
is
haven't
there.
been inside yet. The bike is outside. You can see it anytime.
Awesome. Well, my dad would buy the good bikes, they'd get stolen, and then we'd be left with police auction bikes. And these are dandies, you know.
Mhm.
So none of them. I don't think we ever had a pedal that wasn't just a post. you
Yeah.
know, and just incredible pieces of shit. We had a John Deere bike. This is no kidding. This thing was heavy as a tractor, right?
Okay.
But it was John Deere yellow, not John Deere green.
I didn't even know
You know?
John Deere did yellow.
Yeah, they do yellow. It's
Yeah, there's some John
But-
Deere equipment at Clubhouse. I don't think they have duplicate company equipment. What are you guys
Was
talking
there a
about?
bicycle?
No, I heard you had
No,
a bike
no,
on the
they
museum.
had a bike. Yeah, I do have a. Apparently, I've never been down there.
Did you get to ride it ever?
I guess so.
You won't be riding it now.
I, it's in perpetuity.
Yes, you could say that.
That's a big word. I don't even know if that fits. I just wanted to use it. I'm one of those guys.
It's not going anywhere.
It's not.
Oh,
It's
no.
like buried in the ground. I mean, what did you do to this thing?
I did nothing to it. I'm just reporting that. I'm reporting the facts here. One of
Yeah.
your bikes is at the Wood River Museum.
Did
One of Dan's bikes?
remember
It says
that?
Dan on it?
Remember that Pee Wee Herman bike you had
Yeah.
in high school, and they threw it off the top of the stadium?
Yep.
that that was a dandy too.
It was like a Huffy 3-speed or something. I
You
don't know.
almost got
I
one of my
don't
bikes in
remember.
a police auction. We managed to get it back, but oh, it was beautiful. It was a Huffy Spirit of '76 bike. It was white, red, and blue accents
Banana
everywhere.
seat.
No, but it was a really puffy seat. It was so comfortable. And I was living in the defense area. Those of you that live around here know what I'm talking about. And somebody stole the bike. Somehow we got it back, and it wasn't clean and white and pretty when we got it back. It had been spray painted, it had been torn up. It was should have been left for you at the police auction.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That would have been a nice bike.
it was at one time. Beautiful.
That would have been nice compared to what we pulled out of there. Holy crap!
I had a few of those.
And you know, we'd get them. They have all the pieces, but the pieces weren't what they were supposed to be. Like I said, there was no. They were just posts. There weren't pedals, and so that made you work a little extra harder. And then the seats
I
rarely
remember
had
having posts for pedals.
cushioning in it. You know, it was a seat in theory. You know, it had the frame, but there was
That
no cushion
explains a
to
lot.
it. Anything else?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was abused as a kid. You know,
Buy a bicycle.
I really was. Unintentionally. You know, my parents thought they were doing well, and you know, by today's standards, they sure
Child
as hell
abuse.
weren't doing well. Oh,
Child
yeah,
abuse.
absolutely. I would have been raised by some human beings, and
Oh my goodness.
you know, they would have put me off. I wouldn't have smoked. You know, all that good
Right,
stuff.
right.
You know,
Hey,
I
keep
would.
never
blaming your
drank.
parents.
Huh? I was supposed to grow out of that at some point, wasn't
When's that gonna happen?
Not today, obviously. So, speaking of stories, we're going to help you write the Dick Toomey book. Um,
It's
and-
in those titles.
Dichotomy. Dichotomy.
what is that?
Yeah.
The
Anyway.
name of the book.
Is that
See-
like a chef term?
Yeah.
You got to be a world famous chef to get some of the stuff we talk about. Got no idea. So anyway, so right here,
Instead of viewer mail.
There.
instead of viewer mail this week, I got these nice
I was hoping for the top 10 list.
3x5 cards. I I can never find anything funny past 6. You know, I've tried to do top 10s and
Like 1 to 6 or 10 to 6. So 4 items or 6
I was thinking
items.
6 p.m. honestly, but
Yeah.
okay.
So you can get 4 items funny or 6 items.
no, I can get 6 that amuse me,
Got it.
right? No,
So
it
on a
doesn't
top
mean that
10
they're
list-
funny.
But okay, I was
But
going
they-
to say,
but they
wait a
amuse me.
minute, okay.
So on a top 10 list, wouldn't that be to number 4? You can get to number 4.
Yeah, and then you're like, all right, something else.
Somebody needs to say, how was your weekend, Paul? Anyway, go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Right, but Paul isn't here.
He got a job.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, got it.
And I'm the slow one.
Didn't he quit that show yet?
No.
Paul?
I thought he was quitting before.
What the
Dave
hell else
Letterman.
is he going to do?
I don't know. He still like gets out with the
Ringo Starr's
rock
All
and
Star
roll,
Band.
yeah, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame stuff. He does some shit there.
Okay. That's a steady paycheck. Why give it up? Anyway, your
I'm sure it's
story
more than what we
idea.
Hey, are
Here.
we supposed to smoke on camera? I forgot.
You said this was like a 70s
Is that
show. And
regulation. I mean,
Now, go ahead, give me more cancer. I don't care. I can take it.
Oh, we got some room to build
we'll
up.
make it. Yeah, no, that's it. We can
It
grow
got
it right
smaller.
back. It's kind of like a fat cell, right? It
No,
shrinks, but
it's
it
not.
never goes away.
Yeah, there you go.
So what we're going to do is we were going to help you write your book by sharing some of our life experiences, and then just kind of wrap it together. And
Okay.
I really thought it was about Dick Toomey, so um, that's what I
Here's where it's
did.
supposed to be funny.
So anyway, so I'll start the story. Here's how this works.
Okay.
All right, I'll start the story, and then shoot it to you,
Oh
and
boy.
then you'll fill in the blank, and then Steve will take over, and then
I
so
don't remember going
so
over this in
we'll
rehearsal.
do a back and forth. We had it, and you were busy.
It's kind of like an ad lib.
Remember, it was like 2 to 6. Remember today, this
Sure.
afternoon,
Yeah,
and
I got the
you
memo.
were busy on the phone with Sprint,
Right.
and then you found out that they really didn't hate you; that they hated everybody
They
in
hate
Alton.
everybody.
So it wasn't just singling you out like God does. It was everybody.
Let's see. Alton. Let's give Dave cancer.
And then let's take it away
For a little bit.
Just
for a little
minute.
while.
Psych
Let's
him out.
encourage him.
Oh, you almost got that dollar. You're gonna have to be faster than that.
So anyway, here I hope you're writing this down because this is going to make
Oh,
good book
You
material.
can
sure.
watch it on YouTube later.
Yeah, just like everybody else. Oh shit! Don't.
Let me get my pen out.
I thought that was from.
Okay, let's have it.
You got lead in that pencil.
Yeah,
You
I got lead in
ought
the
to use
pencil.
it.
I got
So
lead in the pencil.
anyway, if you don't use it, you lose it.
I got lead in the pencil.
Once upon a time, there was a boy named Dick Toomey, and he lived in a small house on a quiet street. His neighbors were Dave.
Snap, crackle, and pop. And all they did was party all goddamn night. They couldn't keep anything quiet. And Dick just got madder and madder and madder as time went on. And he thought, I'm going to get those little bastards one of these days. I can't sleep. I'm not functioning at work. They're crackling, they're popping, they're snapping. What are they going to
Scream
do?
did that backwards.
So he decided to.
Is that how that's working?
One day he was playing with some friends in the neighborhood, and
One day he was playing with some friends in the neighborhood.
Wait, did I miss something here?
Yeah, it's not an ad lib.
Okay.
so you just go. And one day he was playing with some friends in the neighborhood, and Steve was going to tell us about that
Oh, go, please.
When he
adventure.
was playing with some kids in the neighborhood, and I don't know if I can follow up the serial killer stuff. He was playing with some
Serial
kids.
killer. Nice.
Yeah, because my brain immediately went to when he lived, that his neighbors were serial killers, and it was funny that you brought up Snap Crackle and Pop. Not really.
I was trying to
That's
milk it for all it's worth.
that's funny because usually we base these stories off life experience.
My neighbors were not.
They weren't serial killers.
No.
Hey, remember that one dude that
Hey,
he used to.
if your neighbors aren't serial killers, guess what that means?
What?
Yeah,
I am?
That's right.
yep, exactly. There's one on every block.
I have
So,
no idea.
but the guy that killed the squirrels that used to live in your neighborhood, what was his name?
I don't
Was he
remember.
nuts?
Huh?
I had a head injury.
Was he nuts?
I lost some
You're welcome.
memory, dude. I do remember. I remember a guy killing some squirrels. What?
He lived down at the end of the block, and we called him the squirrel killer. And I,
Did we find?
Original.
Did we find some
yeah,
marijuana growing behind his garage one time?
that's pretty interesting. We called everything.
He moonlighted as a Chippendale?
We were pretty creative back then. Yeah.
Down at the end of the
So
block, and he
he
killed
drove.
squirrels.
There was, and he had a son that drove a white car, and we used to call him the white car driving guy.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
exactly.
Wow, the power of imagination.
We really pulled him over. Boy, I should have given you more time to work on
Yeah, you're
that
fine.
stories.
You did a good job filling in. Here, you want me to read you in?
And so,
As Dick got older, he liked to.
As Dick got older,
as Dick got older, he liked to dream about the day when he would get back at Snap, Crackle, and Pop. Oh,
Am
am
I
I
supposed
supposed
to
to do
take
more
that?
than that?
Okay. He
It
would
really
dream it.
sounded like I had something there for a minute, didn't it? I was working.
And as Dick dreamt about that, he realized that the plan would be hard, but he could carry it out. He could overcome his obstacles and somehow get these little bastards who were making his life miserable. But the years went by, and he sat there, and Dick festered, and he drooped, he was just hanging around all the time, trying to dream about the way he would finally polish him off, let him have it, blast him once and for all.
Well, remember, he made that hoodie made out of skin.
Yeah,
Remember,
he
and it had a 4 on it. He called his foreskin. He was going to wear his Dick was going to wear his foreskin
and he wore a helmet.
over, and um, it was purple.
And this is the
But
guy that killed squirrels that lived down in my
I
street.
think so. We never did figure out his name.
He was very fond of, especially when it was raining. He was very fond of wearing his rubbers.
And we just talked about that earlier too,
Right.
didn't we?
Yep.
How rubber mends itself, except for
It's not hard
in extreme cases.
in extreme cases.
And is that God that does that, or
Wait, you know
is it
what else?
just
Or is it prayer?
You know why all this shit started between
Faith.
Dick Toomey and Snap, Crackle, and Pop? Is Dick kept their balls in his yard. Every time they went over the fence, he would collect their balls. Dick loved balls, and he would never let them have them back. They wanted their balls, but he wouldn't let them have the balls. Dick was just a dick.
well, he carry him in a sack, remember?
He carried him
But
in a
it,
sack everywhere he went, and he'd go, "Hey, there goes Dick in his ball sack. Where's he going now?"
yeah, they said, well, he's got 3 balls in there today. He's running a little bit hot. So
Wow, I can see you hitting the bestseller
anyway,
list already.
the moral of the story is don't be a dick to me.
Right.
So yeah, we got quite a ways to go on that. maybe maybe with a little creative license we could come up with the book. But we thought we might help you out. Give you some ideas on where to go
I'm
with
going to
that.
give Stephen King a run for his money. I can see it already.
How many
Yeah,
pages of this novel do you have written?
150, something like that.
150,
Huh?
mostly paperback.
Huh? Yeah, sure. It's I consider it two-thirds of the way done, but we'll see what happens. Not,
Oh,
it's
so it's gonna be
finished
like
now. It's finished. I got the ending and everything.
so
Really?
it's gonna be like a novella.
It
It's 2/3 finished.
yeah.
What's considered a novel and a
I
novella?
actually looked that shit up, and it's very boring, and it's very plastic.
And the word dichotomy is not boring or plastic.
That's infuriating, apparently.
Really, I think if you
I
named it
looked it up.
how I
Did you have to
conquered
look up dichotomy
how
before
I
you?
No,
conquered mental
maybe I don't
illness,
know.
and you sold it for $5, you would sell 30 million copies of that the first week.
Right.
Because
People would snap it up.
yeah, I can.
They wouldn't even open it up and see how empty it is. They just buy it.
Yeah, they just buy it. I
They
mean,
just buy it.
who reads self-help books anyhow?
I'm thinking of taking a pen name too, like
Forget about it.
Richard Toomey.
Richard Toomey.
Maybe. Yeah.
That might be a good one.
Richard Cranium.
No. If you're gonna go that way, it's Ricardo Cabeza. See, the camera person knows. It's Ricardo
Is
Cabeza.
that what? Isn't that the name of that coffee you brought back from
Yeah.
the Dominican?
Ricardo
Yeah, that's
Cabeza
what it was.
It was a little salty.
Reserve. Ricardo Cabeza Reserve or something
And
like
you
that.
didn't have to add creamer. Okay, so
I
are we
didn't know it
done
was
with the book
coffee.
segment, or do we
I
need
I guess I was gonna have pictures, but
pictures?
yeah, in,
I don't know. How long are we running? Do
any
we have
kid
time?
any kid's book needs to have illustrations.
Let's get people to
Right.
send in illustrations.
That would
We
be
have
good,
like,
but nobody watches the show,
yeah,
so
nobody wants it.
we
No,
have
people watch the show. They just don't react. Like
they
when
don't
you say,
participate.
when you say send in some drawings or give me a new title, they say
I couldn't watch it. It slowed down.
Yeah,
they said I quit
there was
watching
a
after 5
commercial.
minutes.
I tuned in
Five
at seven
minutes.
thirty, and you weren't there.
5 minutes, and then we're done. That's people can watch for about 5 minutes, and they're like, okay, I'm going on with my life.
Life is
Exactly
busy.
like this, like when I start talking.
What? Well, they could play Candy Crush for six,
Hours.
7, 8 hours
Right.
a day.
or
Hours.
or unsolved mystery detective,
Oh yeah, that's a pretty
something
interesting
like that.
game I've never seen.
What is it called? I don't even
I
remember.
don't
I see
know.
it come up every now and then.
James plays it a lot.
Yeah.
Remember him?
James.
Yeah, he
James.
was. He used to be. He used to sit.
Sock puppet James?
He used to
He's on
sit.
the
No,
shirt.
um,
Not your shirt now, but
no, on the other shirt. The
Okay.
which we still have large quantities
We,
of,
we miss James.
and we're not
do we
discounting
really?
because Dave's cured.
This show would be much better with James here, I'm telling you.
Yeah, it would.
It would.
It would. And
Because you just get the look on his face and you know
Hey, time to move
if
on.
it's time to move on or not. Which he always has the look, so
yeah, so
the
it's like
show's a lot
every 2
better
minutes,
paced.
some it's good for my ADD.
So
I
we're,
mean,
we're,
I
we're
really
sending
don't know where
in
we're going.
title suggestions, we're sending in drawings for the book.
And don't be shy, really. I mean, come on. I
Don't
mean,
hold back.
it's
Don't hold back.
not like we offer you a quality production
No.
here every week. I mean, you can give us a shitty picture or something. That's
So
I mean, that's for sure. We'll hang it on our refrigerators.
are we doing anything else? Is Sock Puppet James here? Do we have another
You know
segment
what?
or what?
Sock Puppet is recovering
Ooh,
again. Um,
4th of July.
there
Oh
was
my
a
goodness.
blowout on the 4th of
I
July.
saw the pictures.
Yeah, the pictures don't
Those
even
pictures should be censored. They're really graphic.
they don't even come close to the video. Did you see the one at the back? Oh
Oh
man.
my god.
Back to the left.
Yeah,
Was that
back and to
Dick?
the left.
Was that Dick that got him in the back?
Well,
Or
Dick,
did Dick just get him in the front?
Dick got him in the front, blow all the way through.
Okay.
Yeah. I
That's
didn't know
Dick
he
for
was.
you.
I didn't know the sock puppet was that thin, but I mean, he really went on through.
It's hard to resist Dick when he comes at you.
I think you're right.
You know what we need? We need Sean. Sean can run with this. But anyway, so are we moving on to
I
another
don't
segment? I
know if
feel like
Sean
we
would
are.
run with that. Hard to
What?
resist Dick talk, but anyhow.
I could almost do his voice, maybe. I'd have to think about it.
Okay,
We
go.
could do
Okay,
what's
go.
in Dave's beard.
That's a much better segment. All
We
right.
hope.
Oh shit,
And
we haven't done that for a while.
no, we missed it
Did we
last
not
week.
do it last week?
We were supposed to have the big blowout Dick Toomey birthday celebration, and then
That's
it
right.
blew out.
That, right, and
You
then
can't hold Dick back, but apparently he doesn't always come. So, and he didn't come last week.
after the show,
He came after the show.
he came after the.
Dick never comes when you want him to.
No,
Never.
no. He's usually a little bit early though.
That's what I've heard. Not the case last week. He didn't come at all. It was very frustrating. So, so we're going to go back to What's in Dave's Beard, and we're still going to stop the segment. I'm just going to focus this on Don. Tracy can use your help too, but a little soapbox. Don's hurting right now. The donations have stalled completely. I get it. It's summertime. You're busy, but Don, good old Don, really needs your help. EpicCoffeeTime.com. Scroll down after the donation. Hit the donation button. Scroll down about halfway. There's Don just smiling at you. And he'll be smiling bigger if you help him pay his bills.
Don's a great guy.
Don's a great guy. I
we've known
talked to him
for.
just a few days ago, and he's beating the cancer. It's what's beating him down are the bills, just the bills.
There's always the aftermath, and
So you're better off dead than not in this situation.
it's what it seems like.
It's what it
It's
seems
cheaper.
like.
It's cheaper.
What it seems like. But in the speaking in this vein, we always depend on somebody else to help us.
Right.
Well, can't you get funding for this? Can't you do this? When I've got $5 in my pocket that I'm going to blow on some bullshit a little bit later on.
Well, we put our money where our mouths are, and we've helped Don, even though you guys don't know it. We've helped Don already, but he needs more help. And if we can get him to his goal, I think you got it set at 5,000, right? We'll quit doing this horrible segment. Hell, we might even quit doing the show. Who knows? But we'll at least quit doing What's in Dave's Beard because you never know what you're gonna find.
Nope.
So,
okay, so
Steve, are you going to pull it out, or
I guess I can try if he can help.
Why don't I ever get to pull
Looks
it out?
kind of part it.
Okay,
A
you
little
want
bit.
me?
nasty?
Right,
It's like a little
here.
string or something.
That
What?
in there? Are you looking at my ass? Hang on. Here.
Oh.
Oh my God! What is that? Jesus!
Damn, I thought that was
like dental
I
floss.
I
don't
think
know.
it's a tea
Is,
bag.
is there a tooth
Yeah,
in there?
it's a tea bag. It's a tea bag. Yeah, it's a tea bag.
It's a tea bag.
We were talking about tea bagging when we were using it, but so it's definitely a tea bag.
Yeah, that goes
Might
right
be.
along with all the dick
How's
talk, doesn't it?
how's it
I don't know.
whew, how's it
It
taste,
keeps
buddy?
getting
It's
bigger.
like it's like chai now, or is that what that's called? Chai?
I just showered last night. I don't know what the hell happened. Yeah, that's it. That's chai. That's what gives it
That
its
Indian tea.
brownish hue. Um, yeah, how's it taste? Really good,
It's
right?
good. Yeah.
It's blood delicious, isn't it?
Yep.
Pretty good. Smells a little like vinegar.
I thought it smelled like fish.
I'm not noticing
yeah,
any of
okay.
it.
Okay, so
I don't know
again,
how.
I think that's yeah. Again, if you don't want to see the what's in Dave's segment beard, or
In the
you
beard segment.
donate to Don.
I want to
It's,
see what's in his
here's all you got to
beard
remember:
now. That was what
donate
was
to
in his real
Don. The
beard.
first three letters of donate are Don. That's all you need to do. Donate to Don.
Hey, that's very catchy.
It just happened. It just happened.
Donate to
Crickets
Don
just
now.
happened. Well, that's a hard.
Stuff
That's a
fries
hard
my mind
segment.
like that. It is. It really is. We should almost close the show now. Do I just quite? Do I look like a douchebag with my sunglasses on the thing?
On your with your sunglasses on your hat,
On my hat, yeah.
you definitely look like a douchebag.
Cool. I
Okay,
was absolutely going for that.
absolutely.
Yeah. So
Anybody who wears their sunglasses on their hat looks like a douchebag. Everybody knows
pretty
that.
much.
Wait. Let me jump in here real quick. Sock Puppet James has. Okay, they're very graphic pictures. They're on his Facebook page, right?
I believe they're on his
I think
Facebook
it's on.
page. They're on our Instagram page
I haven't
Okay.
seen
for
them.
sure.
Well, just look up Sock Puppet James on Facebook, and if you feel like it, you can wish him well, send him a get well card. I mean, it's. But before you go there, these pictures are graphic. They're not. They're not PG. They're not five
Don't let
o'clock
the kids.
news.
Don't
Yeah,
let the
don't let
kids
the
look
kids
at it.
look. They'll be very upset. He is recuperating, right?
Yeah.
He's on the mend, so to speak.
he's on the mend. It's the darndest thing.
It is the darndest thing. I was just thinking that. But I interrupted you,
Poor guy.
Dan. You were going somewhere, and I just want to throw that in. The laundry, like the sock. But
So if you haven't seen it, there's a video somewhere. That's what I love about shooting outside, especially in this neighborhood.
people,
Um,
just anybody thinks they can drive down the street.
I know.
I we didn't have permission for the city to close the street again. So yeah, but it's Wood River. What do you expect? They won't
Why
give
are all these
special permissions
beer cans everywhere?
to dying
Why
people,
would I pull both
especially
down?
when you tell them that there's tumor shrinking. They're a little less sympathetic.
Do
Thanks
you know?
for the good
Did
news,
you
Dave.
notice? I think the guy that gave us the key to Riverbender
Oh.
Community Center must have read your post and was like, "Fuck, turn that code off," because we couldn't get in.
Yeah, that's right. We couldn't get in,
Now,
but I think that was more my fault.
sometimes we do have
Anything
plans
else.
with the show, and they just usually don't go that way. So
No, they don't. Remember, we used to have cue cards back in the good old days, you know,
Yeah.
and we had this very lovely cue card holder, and you know she would announce some things from time to time, but
and the cappuccino and the craft table. It
you
was
know,
just
and then
the
when we
green room. I miss the green room.
then when we started the donation page, you know, we had to start funneling all of our money into that.
Oh,
And,
blame me.
well, you know,
See how this is.
we
This is
we
the
were good at one
pity I
time.
get.
Remember the good old days.
The good old days, way
We
back
were
in
good. Back in the
2013.
well, back in the '70s when you could smoke on TV.
Well, well,
You
which
know,
is this is that this is
we
a
were good.
70
We're
show.
bringing it back, man. We're bringing it
it back.
back. It's cool.
I think that thing that came out of your beard came with a cigarette holder too.
Hey, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Is that
It's
like
a
an extra
cigarette holder.
filter?
Yeah, it's a purple cigarette holder. So is this the title of the show? That other 70s show, maybe, or something like
That could be probably next week's
Oh,
show if we're
that?
outdoors
That's
again.
not sticky by any chance, is it?
nah.
Okay. I don't know why I asked that. I just felt like it.
Why would it be sticky?
I
Because
don't
it's
know. Just
outside
yeah,
and the
right,
humidity.
right. And the humidity, it's sticky out here, St. Louis summer.
What's this been like an hour? Are we going on an hour now?
We got to be getting close.
I mean,
Yeah, we're getting close.
the sun's gone away, and
I think we need
just
to
about.
make like a Jack in the Box and wind it up.
I think. What the hell is that?
I think it's the other part of the cigarette holder.
Yeah, that's what it is. It tamps it down a little.
Tamps.
You-
He cracks himself up.
Sometimes things just
It's
happen.
good to have cancer.
All right, pause. Hang on.
It's
Yeah,
it's okay. The cancer guy said it. It's
you
okay.
you can say whatever you want, and then we got to go back to
Stylish.
work and defend you. They're like, oh no, Dave's cool. Dave's cool. He's just got cancer, man. You do crazy shit too, man. I mean,
But it's if you're sick or you're old, it's okay. People are like, oh well, he's
he's
sick.
acting out.
He's he's old. Just ignore him.
He,
And when you're old and sick, well, shit, you can do whatever you want.
yeah, good thing he doesn't work at the post office. That's pretty slick, dude.
It's cool, dude.
I think
It's purple, but
we're starting a new trend. I wonder where
Oh
we
my
could
god!
collect
I
things
heard they
like
make
that.
cardboard ones too, but I don't think that'd work as well.
You heard that?
I heard.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. That's what they are. Cardboard cigarette holders. They wouldn't catch fire or anything.
Hey, maybe we could make some fade to black cardboard cigarette holders and
Or we
sell
could
them.
just make
And
fade to
tea
black.
bags.
Yeah, and we'll sell them just as well as we did the bracelets, I guess.
Yeah.
Not really
That's,
sure what happened to that.
I still have some.
Do you?
My
Oh,
kids wear them though. We
we.
use them for other stuff. I use them as vacuum cleaner bells, and I was like, my wife was like, "Hey, the vacuum cleaner won't work." I was like, "Here,
Oh,
Chris,
I got
I got a
that
fade to
covered right
black
here. Yeah.
bracelet because it
The-
You
doesn't
know
have
what it
words
is?
on it anymore. Put
It
it on
is
there.
They're
okay.
It's
fantastic.
just like the Kirby
Yeah.
ones.
Uh oh, they quit using name brands, man. These,
Oh yeah, we can't use name brands.
I don't want to get sued.
We'll just call it the king of industrial new belligerent youthful vacuum cleaners.
Yeah, I'm sure Kirby's gonna send us a cease and desist
Yeah.
letter. Hey, the guy using the fancy cigarette holder said our name.
Said our name. He only bought two of our products.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, but that's for another show.
That was
This
back
sucks enough
when
without
he
bringing
had
vacuums into it.
$30,000. Hey, do you have
It's
any more
weird. Like
coffee?
it's weird. It's like all my tea sucked up into the tea bag instead of.
Wow, that's
It flowing through.
strange.
It's not a
An
flow through
absorbent
then.
tea bag. Yeah, it's not a flow through bag. That's right. It's not a flow through
I
bag.
just spilled some of that on me.
Look,
Here, we got a sponge right
squeeze some of it out. It's kind of like
there.
might
Good
be
to the
like chewing
last drop.
tobacco.
Yeah,
Clean it
thank,
up.
yeah,
Yep.
thank
All
you.
right,
I
seriously,
appreciate
we're
that.
ending the show
Yep.
So,
for this
coffee
week.
okie.
Coffee
I
Okie.
mean,
Oh, that's right.
we
That's right.
brought that up
Coffee
this
Okie.
morning. If you're not on Facebook and playing Candy Crush, you saw it, which means that probably four people saw it.
Right.
But we are
Us being
kind
three.
of playing with the idea of coffee okie, which is karaoke our way.
Right.
And I can't divulge any more than that, other than it's an experience that you have not had ever.
And it's coming up just like the bed in.
Ooh, well, it may be a little more viable than the
What?
bed end.
Okay, maybe it'll come up before the bed in.
There's
What if we just
insurance
do the?
things that we have with the bed end
What if we just put a bed up right here
and invite people over.
and invite people over?
That might not be bad.
Could work.
We could try it.
So
But
coffee okie
bucket.
next week, or are we going to promote it for a while?
actually,
Maybe?
we're gonna move it into August.
Okay.
At some point in
Will
August.
that be at the River Dinner?
Um, maybe not. I
We could
have
probably
not.
we could probably karaoke there. I'm sure they have
They've got a
Excuse me.
machine and
karaoke.
so forth there. We could probably do that.
Are we even
It's
showing up on camera right now? Okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot it gets dark
Yeah,
outside.
it's dark.
It does. We
Not,
started
not that that would make it a worse show. Wow, that is.
I think my
without
cigarette burns
without seeing this.
slower.
So anyway,
It slows
everybody
down the
use
flow. It definitely
so
does.
watch for the coffee okie coming soon, sometime in August. We were thinking about at one point just putting on the largest um, coffee okie ever because this is the first,
Right.
and I don't do anything that's not over the top.
No.
Oh, so you're
And
probably trying to get the marina
I was
downtown
thinking down
Alton.
at the amphitheater would be
How did I
just
even know where he was
freaking
going?
fantastic. Set it up, have every um, all of our fans
All the
show up.
homeless people will show up.
Yeah, well,
All our
we'll
fans,
have
that'd be
them.
hilarious.
I'm sure there's a lot of good singers in the group. They just hit hard times, man.
Right. That's why they're homeless, because they're. Anyway.
They used to be singers in a rock and roll band like myself.
Uh huh. You were
Remember
in the
that?
grassroots, right?
Remember that?
Yep.
No. That was a political movement I was in.
Okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't agree with any of the stuff that we talked about. So,
No, not at all.
anyhow, I guess that's it.
Okay.
You got anything, Dave?
I really don't want to add to the pain. I'm good. Good old Don. EpicCoffeeTime.com donation. Good old Don. Donate. Throw something at him.
You look like your left breast is getting smaller. Is it because the tumor shrunk? No.
How
No,
big?
I don't
Hey,
think
by the
so.
way, how big was the tumor? Can you hold up your hands and show me?
Like I don't know. This was like 7 or 8 centimeters across or something like that. It was big
That's what
enough
she
to where.
said.
Yeah.
Hey,
All
wait,
right.
wait,
Good
wait.
night, folks.
Centimeters. What is that? A European term?
It's like a quarter inch, dude.
My kids found a cent. My kids found a centimeter in the yard when I was
Right.
messing with it the other day.
Okay. It's not going to get any better, folks. I
it'll,
think
it'll be a butterfly before too long.
Right. I heard that.
Yeah. They spin this cocoon thing and then. So,
If you don't know what a cocoon is, look it up in the dictionary.
or
Ouch. Maybe there was something else in here.
maybe that's what you should do, Dave. Is just rewrite the dictionary
Rewrite the Bible.
and call it diction.
Dictionary. Dictionary. Wait till
Dictionary.
you see the entry for EpicCoffeeDime.com.
It'll be this.
I can't see nothing with my
That's what
sunglasses
she
on top
said.
of my
Yeah,
head.
usually is, and we call it shrinkage, but
Speaking of
enough about
shrinkage,
that.
Or retardation.
I think we're done.
Yeah, we got any more?
I'm
No.
done.
You're finished.
I'm I'm finished.
You're finished. We're just
I'm
waiting for the
done.
red light to go off. Obviously, you were done before we started.
Fucker.
Okay.
You're hilarious. I was gonna put it in my
Oh
mouth
my
and
God.
suck